Old Cayman moon,
The voice of the Cayman Islands, Radio Cayman.
shining down from above.
We love our listeners.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And also brought to you by FSH Design. Let your imagination grow with FSH Design. Visit fshdesign.com today.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning, Cayman, and welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and today we put the spotlight on our first guest and hear all about Jasmine and their upcoming event. Visiting with me in studio, I'm pleased to have Miss Felicia McLean, Director of Operations and Nursing at Jasmine, and Miss Carrie McMillan, Fundraising and Events Coordinator. Ladies, good morning, and it's a pleasure to have you in studio with us.
Morning. Thanks for having us.
It's that time, I can't believe. We can actually say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you want to, yes. But it's all about an upcoming event here. But before we go into that, please share with us some information on Jasmine. And, you've had a name change. There was a lot of things. A new home, you're now settled, I assume?
Yes, we are.
Please.
We're still working out kinks, but yeah, we definitely are home. It's beautiful. We're so blessed the community decided to support us in building this purpose-built facility, which houses 4 inpatient rooms.
Nice.
And also our administration wing and our lovely, what we call community room, which we look forward to hosting a host of lunch clubs, stretch classes, music therapy, art therapy in. It should be absolutely amazing.
Now that's what's new, but let's delve in a little bit and just take us into a range of care that is available there at Jasmine, because I know you keep building on it. Now it's the extended family, and it continues to grow.
It always has been. Unfortunately, our name, Cayman Hospice Care, kind of limited what people perceived we were able to do for them. And so hence the name change, the rebrand, to help people understand that we're more about the journey. We're all about life, and we can only really make a difference when we get involved early enough in the person's life through their chronic illness, not just at the very end, which hospice kind of made people think, well, I need to wait till I'm a few days away from death or a week away from death. And unfortunately, there's very little we can do. So we've always taken on the patient and the family. Now people are just kind of understanding the host of services that Jasmine offers under this new name.
Excellent. Now, what is the process like to sign up for services at Jasmine?
It's so easy. So basically anyone can call us. It can be a patient, it can be the family member, it can be the physician. We do say when it's a friend of the family that they do ask the person's permission if they're okay, because we're not trying to call anyone and kind of stalk them, So as long as the patient is okay with us calling them, then the nurses will follow up with that referral and do a home visit, do an assessment. We'll also get in touch with the person's primary doctor, if the doctor wasn't the referee, to see if they also agree that they could benefit from palliative services or hospice care.
Okay. Now, is the services provided free, or is there a cost to persons who are requiring?
It's 100% free. If we come out every day, all day, it's free. If it's just once a week, it's free. If they need a hospital bed, a wheelchair commode, and they're on our services, it's given to them free to use while they're on our services or for as long as they need it. And the only thing that we don't cover is people's medications. We do get it written in their name and have their insurance companies pay for it, but everything else is completely free. So it's a huge relief for the families to be able to know that they can get support, they can get education, they can get some equipment, they're not going it alone, and they don't have to worry whether their insurance covers it or not.
Now, all of that coverage for free, what does it take then to run an organization of this nature? Talk a little bit about the dedicated staff, and I'm quite sure funds for making this whole process work.
Yeah, that's Carrie's job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my role is to make sure that we have enough money that we can
run the operation well. Of course, the money has to come from somewhere.
Yes.
I mean, Cayman is a massively generous society. It really is. And the demands on the public, the corporations, the financial sector, it's huge. We know that. I mean, we are one charity. There's loads and loads of very deserving charities as well. So we're slightly different because of the nature of the work that our nurses do. Okay, so we do fundraising events, but we try and make them very sensitive to the cause as well. Next week we have our annual Light Up a Life event coming up, and which is really what the hospice organisation is all about. Okay, it's everyone there is there for pretty much the same reason. They have lost a family member, a friend, a colleague, and it's just an evening of remembrance that they can come and reflect. They can dedicate a star this year onto our tree. That star will remain shining for the whole of the Christmas season, and it really is a beautiful event. It's very casual, it's very low key. We do ask for a donation of $10, minimal donation, but I mean, we're not going to turn anybody away. That is the nature of the evening, and it's done all over the world during the Christmas season at some point.
Now, Light Up a Life event, tell us when and where exactly that takes place next week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's at Jasmine Villa, which is our brand new, beautiful inpatient facility, located just off the West Bay Road behind Coconut Joe's. We haven't been allocated a proper road name yet.
So no physical address.
So we're hoping most people know where Coconut Joe's is. But once you turn down there, we've got our feather banners lining the roadway. We're quite easy to find. And we start at 5:30 in the evening. We try and capture the sunset time of evening.
Yes, it's very early now too.
Yes, absolutely. And it is an outside event, so we'll help, make it as festive as we possibly can without being too garish about it.
Understood.
And this year we are providing just very light refreshments afterwards. We have the Pink Ladies Volunteer Corps are going to be there on hand to help us with that. And our sponsors for this event are Butterfield and Bodden Funeral Home, Bodden Holdings. And Pastor Andy says a small message. Scott Ruby from Bodden Funeral says a few messages. Dr. Hobday will speak a little bit, and Felicia will speak a little bit as well. And the whole thing lasts for less than an hour. I mean, it is very,
but
very
it's just
low
coming
key.
together and understanding
Absolutely.
the moment.
And being sensitive to that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If persons need more details, what is the best way to make contact?
They can either call 945-7447 or email info@jasmine.ky.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz that is brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday, and this would not be possible without the kind sponsorships of Cayman Medical Supplies, Cayman Insurance Center, and FSH Design. More on Jasmine after these few messages.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
In the early 1900s, the sister islands enjoyed a relative prosperity, with the cultivation and subsequent exports of coconut being the primary industry, as Commissioner Sanguinetti would note during his 1902 visit.
Business seemed brisk. There has been a very large coconut crop, such as not born for years, and the carrying capacity of the island vessels to deal with the export of nuts have been shipped between October and February last.
The coconut industry would continue to expand with the expansion of plantations into large tracts of unused land.
Information from this historical vignette was sourced from Founded Upon the Seas, A History of the Cayman Islands and Their People by Michael Creighton and the New History Committee.
Radio Cayman's historical facts vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all 3 Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
When you need stability, think Business of the Year.
Considering a new career opportunity, think Best Place to Work.
When dependability matters, think Outstanding Workforce.
In need of a reliable financial partner, think Bank of the Year.
When you seek excellence, think
Cayman National.
No matter how many accomplishments we achieve, we always set the bar higher. That's why we are the most awarded bank in Cayman, and we are proud to be your
2018 Bank of the Year.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue policies when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 or Denise Brown at 814-7229. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Michael and Denise today at Cayman Insurance Center.
Cayman Medical Supplies, now providing Cayman Brac with medical supplies. Call 949-6211. And Cayman Medical Supplies will arrange to ship from wheelchairs and walkers to all kinds of medical supplies. Your order will be shipped to you either by Cayman Airways or Thompson Shipping for one agreed upon price. Telephone 949-6211. Cayman Medical Supplies, located at number 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, providing quality pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and consumer products to healthcare providers, retailers, and ultimately the patients at a reasonable rate in a friendly, caring, and timely manner.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome.
Boy, it's that time.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, and boy, it is that time to hear more about the upcoming Light Up a Life event that takes place at Jasmine on December 3rd from 5:30 in the evening. And in studio with me, I'm pleased to have Director of Operations and Nursing at Jasmine, Miss Felicia McLean, and joining her is Fundraising and Events Coordinator, Miss Carrie McMillan. Now, what if someone wanted to lend some assistance during the holiday season by volunteering at Jasmine or at any time that they can help? What is this process like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we welcome volunteers all the time. We can never have too many volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
We have our clinical volunteers, who Felicia will talk about in a minute, and we have our fundraising and event volunteers, which falls on my desk. Okay, they can contact us anytime. There's little application process. We do run two or three training sessions each year, and it's just an insight into the organisation and what we do. It's not a pass or fail scenario at all. It's just really information. Immediate fundraising volunteer needs are: we have the Cayman Islands Marathon next week, and we run a water stop, which we started that last year, and we need almost 50 volunteers for that because we start at 4 a.m. in the morning and then we go through till almost lunchtime. It's a long process. And then this year, for the first time in a few years, we are gift wrapping at A.L. Thompson's. We were approached just last week if we would take this on. And again, it's great visibility for us.
Yes.
And I was thinking, oh, goodness, okay. But we've had a good response from some of our volunteers already.
Excellent.
So if anyone wants to do either of those events, please call 945-7447 or email info@jasmine.ky, and I will happily talk to you, give you all the information and sign you up.
Now, do you have the dates for the gift wrapping, or?
Yeah, well, we're starting on actually Black Friday, but then the following weeks we're trying to get Thursday, Friday and Saturdays covered, so from December the 5th. If we can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we will, but we also recognise it's a busy time for our volunteers as well. There's a lot going on at schools, at work, and we know that, and Saturdays especially are very precious, so
shopping days.
We're asking for 3 hours of your time. Our hours are going to be from 9 to 12 midday, 12 till 3 p.m. and 3 till 6 p.m. And, if you want to come along, bring a friend. It's always nice to sit and chat, and while you're doing it as well with a friend, catch up on old times, that sort of thing.
Now, this is definitely the time to catch up with old friends.
Absolutely.
Just before, I always say the kickoff to the holidays is our Pirates Week festivities, when you all congregate out town and you partake in all of those events. And here you have it again. Jasmine is a charitable organization administered by a board of directors and an executive committee. Jasmine is a community service committed to providing extraordinary care to any person living with end-stage terminal illness in the Cayman Islands. They provide specialized hospice and palliative care nursing service, and their services are free to patients and their families. Now, Jasmine nurses are specialized in pain management and symptom control and work with the patient's own doctors to provide the best possible care. How then is important for Jasmine to hold events throughout the year to fundraise, understanding that all that you give is free?
Very important, and we have a small grant from government. It costs us in excess of $60,000 a month to run our operation. Okay, and the money has to come from somewhere. Cayman is very generous society. The events that we do, we have our rolling events that we've been doing for nearly 20 years, and they're always massively well supported. A lot of what we do is also public awareness, and there's still a lot of people who don't know what hospice is, they don't know what we do, they don't know that it's free. And so we like to be out there. That's half of our job is educating people and making them aware that we are here. If you're not sure, come and talk to us. We'll guide you through the whole process. If you know of someone that maybe needs hospice, maybe doesn't, maybe they're just not sure, our nurses are always on hand 24 hours a day. They will talk to absolutely anybody, and we love to showcase our new building because it's beautiful.
How responsive has the Cayman community been towards your fundraising initiatives?
Very, very responsive, very responsive. They're all very different. We have our Light Up a Life, which is obviously very sensitive. 5 years ago, we initiated a Burn Supper, which is a whole different category of people. The Grand Old House is a very, very different evening. Very nice. We have our Flag Day every year, which is our 2-day Man on the Street coin drive, which is massively well supported. And then we have our gala in May, and we've been doing those for 20 years now. So they're out there. People know about them.
I like to think of it like if we look at our inpatient facility, it gives me a lot of Cayman pride to see how the community came together to support a worthy cause. Derek Kane set out to raise $1 million and raised over $1 million. And then the community got involved and donated more. And in kind, we were able to build this $3 million building, pretty much with the land and everything that we had donated, under budget because of the generosity of the Cayman community. Government was awesome. They gave us duty waivers, but every other penny needed to put that facility together came from the community. So that was love. That was Cayman kind. That was paying it forward. It was so much that I can't wait to use the facility more and more and more to bless the community back with the services that we hope to provide through there. And what we're currently doing, like since we've had our inpatient facility, we've more than doubled our inpatient clients intake since we've been there, and we haven't even done a year yet. So it's been well received, well needed. Every family that has benefited to date in this new facility have just been so grateful for the support, for a place to come to that was like a home. And you can't really explain it away until you come and see it for yourself, but it really does feel like a home. And people come in and they feel settled and they feel supported, and they get to be the husband or be the wife or be the child or whatever role they play. They don't have to just be the caregiver. Taking care of someone at home, which we do really well as well, takes a lot on the family members to commit to that. Having an inpatient facility gives them a bit of respite, a bit of rest, and someone else's shoulder to lean on through that process. And none of that is possible without that community support.
Correct.
We would not be able to do what we do if the Cayman community was not Cayman kind to us. So we're very, very, very grateful. We can't thank them enough. And whether it's a penny, whether it's $1,000, whether it's 2 or 3 hours of your time, every bit of it goes back into it. Because when we don't have to pay for something, or let's just say pay for the paper or pay for something, it means that we can put more into our patient services and our nurses,
core of what you're doing.
Which is the core of what we're doing. And we're audited every year, and so we're above board. People can see what we do. We take the funds we're given and apply them to giving the patients what they need and the family their support. We follow the family for 1 year after a patient's death as well, giving them the support that they need. They have access to all of our services, our respite services as well. And that's because we know that a community can only live well if we continue to thrive. And if that year they're not doing well, they can't give back to the community so that we can continue to support and grow on each other. And so we really do support that patient and family during that time and follow that family. And yet again, nothing is possible without that support. And it costs a lot. It isn't cheap.
No, I'm hearing $60,000 a month.
Absolutely. Yeah,
It's because we
absolutely.
have paid professionals. We need nurses with the expertise. We need our medical director with her expertise. We need, it's not just an admin office that you're running. You're actually providing the care. So when you give $1, it allows, and you journey with Jasmine that way, it allows Jasmine to journey with the patients and family through their disease process and give them the support that they need, because they need the education, like, is this normal, is this not normal, what should I do?
Right.
I love to refer to it as a nurse in the family. If you had a doctor friend or a nurse friend and you found out something, the first thing you do is you call that friend and you say, hey, this is what the doctor said, what should I do?
Yes.
That's what we become to our patients and our family, become that friend, that a part of that family, that we're journeying with them and saying, hey, did you think about doing this? And this is the pros and the cons of that. We make no decisions for our patients or families. We just give them the information so they can make informed decisions according to how they want to live their lives for the best quality possible.
Have you ever seen where there's a patient that has gone through your facilities, an extended family, then becomes volunteers because they then appreciate and understand what Jasmine is all about?
Yeah, we've gotten major donors off of that as well. I mean, some people might come in and decide to answer the phone for us, but then there are others of them who may have decided to get their work, their colleagues involved or their office involved, and now they help sponsor events that we have happen. We definitely see where people continue to pay it forward after that.
Okay. Miss McMillan and Felicia, we're going to take our final break for the morning. When we come back, I'll ask you to recap about the Light Up a Life event, and we can share some contact details again. And if someone wants to make a donation, how can they do so? Because even though it may not be a fundraising event, donations are always welcome. Keep it locked to Radio Cayman Business Buzz for more after these few messages.
Boy, it's that time again.
Wait, ain't you talking about Christmas come already?
No fooling. It's rundown time again.
Run down again? Boy, last year I was popping up in that theater. Best believe I going.
Not without me.
Well, what we waiting on? There we go. Don't miss Rundown, the hilarious annual comedy review, starting Thursday, November 14th at 8 p.m. at the Harkwell Theater. Tickets on sale now. Visit archcayman.org or call 949-5477 for more information.
Living in the Cayman Islands today, it's fascinating in every way. So once a year we have to sit down and laugh at all of
A Cayman National Cultural Foundation production, sponsored by Logic, Island Heritage, Big Fish, and Hurley's Media.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Can I send a request, please?
You don't really have to ask us. Just send a request.
This is a shout out to my ex.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, and pretty much on home stretch here for this first segment where we keep the spotlight on Jasmine. And we have Representative Miss Felicia McLean and Miss Carrie McMillan in here. I'll give you an opportunity to please recap for those who may just be tuning in and hearing about the Light Up a Life event and any other details you'd like to hammer home or, let them know more about Jasmine. This is your time.
And good morning, Cayman. We have our annual Light Up a Life Evening of Remembrance next Tuesday, December the 3rd at Jasmine Villa, which is located behind Coconut Joe's. It's a time where people can come together, remember a loved one, dedicate a star on our memorial tree, which will stay lit for the whole of the Christmas season. And we start at 5:30. Come along. We would love to see you. It's a beautiful evening.
Definitely. One of the things that I remember, one of our first Light Up a Lives, Scott Ruby said, our loved ones are not lost as long as we continue to remember them. Mm-hmm. And by bringing them in at the start of the season and taking that moment to reflect on who they were and who they helped us to become, allows their memory and their lives to continue to live on. And so we welcome the community to come and be a part of that. We've all lost in some shape, form, whether it's a friend or family member, and we can continue to honor them and remember them at the beginning of the season through this ceremony, which is why we love it so much. It's a wonderful quiet afternoon. The choir will sing for a little bit, we'll say a few words, have a moment of silence, and then everyone will get a chance to put that person's loved one's name on that tree in remembrance and of that person and honoring that person. And it's a beautiful moment. You can bring the kids. The kids love putting ones on for grandma and grandpa, and it's a way to remind them as well about who they are and how they became who they are, kind of thing. So if you have the time, come on out. We prefer if you pre-register, because putting a lot of labels on the actual item that goes on the tree takes time. So if they send in the names beforehand, it goes much quicker and they're not long lines. So come on out, be a part of it. It's a great way to kick off the season.
And we know that people, you reflect on everything that has happened, but more so during the festive season, the holidays. You reminisce of those who are no longer with us.
Yes.
And it just puts a different meaning. So congratulations to you guys for doing an event of this nature, so that people can go back, reflect, and pay tribute and honor to those loved ones who are no longer with us. I'd like to thank you all for allowing us to put the spotlight on Jasmine. And here, our team at Radio Cayman would like to wish you continued success in your endeavors, and all the best for 2020.
Hey,
Can't believe I'm saying that already.
I know.
Thank you very
Gives
much.
you chills.
Yes, I know. Stay tuned to more of Radio Cayman's Business Buzz after the 8 o'clock news and weather update. It is excitement in the air. Yes, I'll be speaking to representatives from the Rotary Club Central Cayman Islands, and our topic will be the 24th Rotary Music Extravaganza fundraiser. Over to you, Susan.
Praise time.
Praise him, praise him, praise him, praise him.
Weekdays 6 to 6:30 a.m.
Early this morning, I woke from my sleep.
Radio Cayman, waking you up with Praise Time.
Wave your hands, shout. You are the God of power. I believe. There's a meeting up in heaven. Roll call. It's a name in the Lamb's Book of Life. Roll call, brother, sister. Roll call. Rock my soul in the dues of my faith in hand. Rock my soul in the dues of my faith in hand.
Praise time.
I know he cares. He'll always be there. Oh, yeah. Praise him, praise him, praise him,
Praise time.
Set your clock for 6 a.m. or you will miss it.
Studio time now by Price Right is 7:59.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by Sagicor. Let us put a smile on your face. Call 949-8211.
Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. West Bay MLA Bertie Bush added his voice to the Vote No movement at last night's CPR Cayman meeting at Sir John A. Cumber primary.
I see a lot of intelligent, young, bright people that are speaking out. And I'm hoping to God that more Caymanians will realize that this is a stand we have to take, and we have to take it together.
The 3.5-hour meeting included a call to action from CPR Cayman's Johan Moxham, one of the key figures involved in the group, which successfully petitioned for a People's-initiated referendum on the $200 million project to build cruise piers in Georgetown Harbor.
I cannot stress enough, it is imperative that every able-bodied Caymanian that can, please vote on December the 19th, vote your conscience, take a friend, take a family member. This thing will not happen unless we get numbers at the poll.
There are a number of meetings in the lead up to the December 19th referendum from those on both sides of the issue, which has become highly contentious. Government holds a meeting tonight in Bodden Town at the Civic Center. In Finance Committee Monday morning, the focus was on appropriations that fall under the Office of the Premier, including just over $1.6 million for 2020 and $1.8 million in 2021 for development and coordination of government policy. Georgetown's Central MLA Kenneth Bryan asked whether government considered some of the negative impacts of current economic growth.
Was there any SWOT analysis that indicated there could be potential concerns to traffic by way of the policy decisions of this administration that would increase the number of persons on the island, whereby the government could actually take measures from years ago to mitigate the traffic concerns that we're having?
In his response, Premier the Honourable Alden McLaughlin says there's no policy to intentionally grow the population or the number of work permits, and he welcomes the challenges caused by a stimulated economy over the alternative.
Increase in population is a result of the stimulation of the economy, which has created and is creating greater business and entrepreneurial opportunities for Caymanians who own those businesses. Employment opportunities for Caymanians who were out of a job when we took office.
In other news, police report a traffic collision involving a pedestrian in Georgetown Sunday night around 11 o'clock. Police say it happened on Katura Street. The male victim was injured in the head and arm after being hit by a vehicle. The 37-year-old driver was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence and bailed. And reigning Miss Cayman Islands, Khadijah Bodden heads to the United States this week to compete in the annual Miss Universe pageant. The competition is taking place on December 8th. Speaking with Radio Cayman News, Miss Bodden says she's excited for the road ahead.
I'm so excited to be leaving for Miss Universe on Wednesday, the 27th of November. It means so much to me to be able to represent the Cayman Islands on that stage, and I am definitely looking forward to getting on that stage and feeling the energy and the love and knowing that my people back home are supporting me.
The reigning beauty queen leaves this Wednesday for the 68th edition of the Miss Universe competition, which will be held at the Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. For the latest information, check out facebook.com/Miss Cayman Islands or head to their website, MissCaymanPageant.com. Now for a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. The French President's office says 13 French troops have died in Mali after a collision between two helicopters. A statement said they were taking part in an operation against jihadists on Monday evening when the accident happened. President Emmanuel Macron expressed deep sadness over the deaths. The Maltese government chief of staff, Keith Schembri, has resigned. Reports say he's been questioned by police investigating the 2017 murder of the journalist Daphne Caruana Galizia. The Prime Minister, Joseph Muscat, said Mr. Schembri had decided to go because he'd become a distraction to the smooth working of government. The UN Environment Programme has warned of disastrous consequences if governments, industry and private individuals fail to drastically ramp up efforts to slash greenhouse gas emissions over the next decade. UNEP says if current strategies continue, then global temperatures could rise to more than double the limit agreed under the Paris Climate Deal.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by Sagicor. Let us put a smile on your face. Call 949-8211.
Think about something that makes you happy. Did it make you smile? We know it did, because that's what we do at Sagicor. Put smiles on our clients' faces every day. With a large range of products to cover your family, it's no wonder most locals choose Sagicor for their life insurance needs. Serving the community for over 25 years. Let us put a smile on your face. Call your Sagicor advisor today.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
I am one of 5,000 children who have access to free public education. For more information on strong public finances, visit gov.ky/strongeconomy.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after.
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after.
Visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
BritK, where people come first.
The Weather Report is proudly sponsored by Super Stitch Sewing and Fabric Center, your one-stop household store at 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best prices in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
New stock has just arrived at Super Stitch. Now don't take my word for it, drop by and see for yourself. Fresh off the boat, we have loads of fabric, vinyl upholstery fabric, fabric for cushions, outdoor fabrics, and dress fabric. That's not all. Super Stitch has sewing accessories and craft items. Included in the new shipment, you will find sheets, comforters, throw pillows, bath mats, rugs, and curtains for every room in your home. Super Stitch, 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best price in town. Call 49-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
As a good morning, let's take a look at the latest weather report. Synopses indicate moderate to fresh winds and moderate seas are expected for the next 24 hours as a cold front over the Bahamas weakens and for the associated high-pressure system to build over the western Atlantic Ocean. The forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for mainly fair skies this morning, becoming partly cloudy later today with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s. Your winds will be east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. And the forecast for tonight calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures falling to the low 70s tonight. Your winds will be east to northeast at 15 to 20 knots, and seas will be moderate to rough with wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. Small craft should exercise caution over open water. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 9:44, low tide this afternoon at 3:48, and a high tide again tonight at 8:58. The sun will set this evening at 5:44 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:41. And the outlook through Thursday morning is calling for similar weather conditions.
Super Stitch Sewing and Fabric Center was the proud sponsor of the Weather Report, your one-stop shop for all of your household items, craft items, jewelry, beads, and decorations, and much more. Call Super Stitch at 949-2833 or email customer care at superstitch.com.ky.
New stock has just arrived at Super Stitch. Now don't take my word for it, drop by and see for yourself. Fresh off the boat, we have loads of fabric, vinyl upholstery fabric, fabric for cushions, outdoor fabrics, and dress fabric. That's not all. Super Stitch has sewing accessories and craft items. Included in the new shipment, you will find sheets, comforters, throw pillows, bath mats, rugs, and curtains for every room in your home. Super Stitch, 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best price in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you.
This week at Kirk Home Center, get into the holiday spirit with a 7-foot Canadian Grand Fir tree for $113.49. Silver glitter tree skirts for $25.49. 6-piece multicolor pathway lights for $28.99. LED wreaths for $66.99, and an outdoor twinkling LED snowman for $117.99.
Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
Radio Cayman has always worked to showcase the best of our sister islands of Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. From coverage of the agriculture shows, special Talk Today broadcast, and church services. 4 years ago, we launched the Brac Breeze Fusion 5K Walk Run. In our inaugural year, we raised funds for the Harmony Learning Center. In year 2, for the Lions Club of Cayman Brac Kids Pantry. And last year, the So and So Club. This year, the Brac Breeze Fusion will be raising funds for the Leo's Club of Cayman Brac. To all of our Cayman Brac families, we invite you to join Join us on Saturday, November 30th at 6:30 a.m. Southside Public Beach. Step by step, we can do it.
Cayman Brack, yes, it is your turn. The Breeze Fusion 5K Walk Run.
Register today at District Administration.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning. Let's take a look at traffic. Traffic steady coming from the West Bay four-way stop. Busy traffic coming from the Eastern Shamrock Road, and bumper-to-bumper traffic on the Linford-Pearson Highway. Coming off the Linford-Pearson Highway on Agnes Way, traffic is also busy. Looking towards Cool Road, steady traffic in some sections, other sections busy. And on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, traffic is moderate. And in and out of Georgetown on Shedden Road, things are looking pretty good as traffic flowing nicely. And on Edward Street, moderate flow of traffic. As we look at North Sound Road coming from the Butterfield roundabout heading towards the Industrial Park area, moderate flow of traffic. And light traffic on Owen Roberts Drive. That's very latest on your traffic. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12, another traffic report. Have a good morning. Click it or ticket.
Do you ever have those days when you have to get a super early start, or you're out late and want something fresh and healthy to eat? Subway has now opened their 4th 24-hour location for you early birds and night owls. Subway at West Shore Center on 7 Mile is now open 24 hours. So now you can grab any of Subway's fresh menu items any time of the day at 4 convenient locations. West Shore Center 7 Mile, Countryside in Savannah, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers West Bay. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Good morning. As we continue with Radio Cayman's Business Buzz right here on Radio Cayman, we focus on this segment on the 24th Music Extravaganza Fundraiser 2019. Our guests in studio are Rotary Central Cayman Islands President Mr. Colin Fox, Past President Mr. Ravi Kapoor, and Mr. Carl Brown, Deputy Director, Public Image. Welcome, gentlemen, and it's a pleasure to have you on our show.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So thank you very much, Sabrina. Thank you to our listening audience.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping I can be maybe the big winner this year. This is luck.
You're one of 8,000 you can stand
I know. I can only imagine. It's still just a dream. But before we get into...
If you don't have a dream, you can't have one come true.
That's true. So, well, you know what? My luck is in there. Let's leave it to whoever to shine that on me. Let's share some background history on the Rotary Central Cayman Islands. Mr. Kapoor, I welcome you.
Thank you. This started 24 years ago. This is our 24th year. Mm-hmm. I was given the responsibility at that time as chairman of fundraiser to come up with a fundraiser that would raise enough funds for various projects that the club had in those days to get going. I looked around and I said, okay, let's do a car raffle. But then I looked around and said, everybody's got a car raffle going on. So how can we make ours different and raise it? So I then came up. I was watching a TV ad one day, and it was a ad for one of the very first Lexus cars that had come out. And I looked at it and I said, I think that's the one I want. And there was no Lexus cars on the island at the time. So I did a deal with a dealership in the U.S. I got it at a fantastic price to begin with, brought it down, got the support of the members. We went around, we sold tickets. The first year we called it Surf and Turf. Mm-hmm. Tickets were $100 a ticket. And it also included barbecue for two, and it was held at Royal Palms. And some people were a little bit skeptical that, can you do it at that price and so on. It was a huge hit. Then a couple of years after that, we changed the name and made it Music Extravaganza, and ticket price was set at $25. Mm-hmm. And it's been a staple ever since. And it's something that I believe a lot of people in Cayman look forward to.
Definitely. And it's a perfect time of the year as well. And I mean, for $25 and you get a return of up to $40,000, there are 6 prizes of $1,000 or something like that?
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Our club started about 33 years ago, and we were a sibling club of the Grand Cayman Club. At that time, and part of Rotary's attendance regime is for you to attend a certain amount of meetings, and some members were challenged in that they did not have enough venues and enough clubs. And we had one of our club members, David Foster from the Mother Club, who used to fly to Miami to keep his perfect attendance.
Wow.
So we started
There we go.
Our nightclub, our lunchtime club, and then we have a Cayman Bragg Club, and then there's a Sunrise Club.
So when you look at the dedication of the members and looking at what an event like this, how do you, paying it forward is one thing, but succession, how do you keep it going for generations to come?
We do plan 3 years ahead. So
Excellent.
3 years ahead, there is a team that is in place. They are learning from the team ahead of them, and the ethos, the legacy, is passed. For those who are very recent members,
Right.
And for those who are older, they're steeped in our Rotary Kool-Aid.
Okay, there we have it. Now, can either of you elaborate on some of the core programs that Rotary is involved in? Mr. Fox.
Yes, certainly. With the programs that we've been involved in this year is that we've installed a new IT system at the Bonaventure Boys Home to benefit the students there who are doing online courses at the University of the West Indies. A couple of weekends ago, you may have seen us, we had a health screening at 2 locations, at A.L. Thompson's and at Costules. This is a precursor to the real bigger one that we do in March, where we do it an island-wide at about 8 different locations. And we screened at the 2 locations about 160 people over a 4-hour period, and we were testing for blood glucose, cholesterol, body mass index, and some people were referred to the emergency room straight away.
Wow.
And it's the same every year we do this. Also this year as well, we were able to contribute money to the Bahamas Disaster Fund, and another things we've done, with our young kids, during the summer vacation, we did an anti-bullying campaign with one of the martial arts places here. So, and what we're in the process of forming now, which I think is really relevant now, I think everyone will agree, is that in partnership with Tower Marketing, we're going to do a social media campaign about speeding and basically driving in Cayman, basically. So hopefully that will be coming out shortly.
We initiated the bus shelter program in the islands. At the time, there were no places for people to be able to shelter while they were trying to use convenience. That optimized travel in public travel. And we also Rotary Central was instrumental in starting the first disaster fund within our district. Our district has 11 countries, 11 islands, 12 countries, and 87 clubs. And we ignited that, and then it became a Grand Cayman, a Cayman Islands Disaster Fund. And then our district grabbed the genie and decided to expand it, and it became a district fund. And as what President Collins has alluded to, when Hurricane Dorian hit the Bahamas, we were ready and waiting in some instances. And in some instances, we had been in preparation with the Bahamas. We assisted them to create a water system on Grand Bahama, which came in just handy in time.
Wow.
So we've been very, very much instrumental in every aspect of community life.
Just going on from the disaster, when Ivan came here, and those who remember what the impact it had here, 2 of the 3 club presidents had their homes destroyed. But we were still able to meet at other Rotarians' homes. We did potluck dinners, whatever we had to get things going. But because we had a small disaster fund in hand, we were actually able to, within the first week, go out and start work on helping people. Some people lost their roof. They had tin roof under there. We actually went out, we left everything else that we were doing and started work in the community. Right. And we had funds there. We were also supported with funds from Rotary International and other clubs. But we, at that time, in dollar terms and in manpower, we put back into Cayman over $3 million.
Wow.
We've also been very instrumental in every aspect of the human spectrum, from a child is born. Mm-hmm. So we have a literacy program which includes reading to children at the libraries and at schools. We have a program that assists adults who are in need over at our geriatric, the Pines. So we do reading there sometimes. Okay. Also. We do education programs that intersect with young people in high school. We have a debating competition. We also have
the science fair.
The science fair, which is an intersection of next generation scientists and those who are going to be part of solutions in the world. Mm. We also are part and parcel of enabling next generation business people through junior achievement. And we can safely say that nearly 90% of those who are local, who are now currently in professional status and in the business community, have passed through our junior achievement school, which enables you to be acquainted with a business, all the legal aspects from in your teens, and be accountable and seek success. And we are a shining star in the junior achievement community in the world. In fact, we won the gold award
in Peru.
In Peru last year.
Yes,
last year.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
For this section of the world.
So the Caribbean region.
No, for the whole South America region.
Wow.
Central America, Caribbean,
and North America.
And North America. So we beat
the
Canada.
Americas.
We did the Western Hemisphere.
Wow, congratulations.
So we may be small, our numbers may be tiny, but we are the salt of the earth.
Congratulations, and continue the great work. Now, for you to continue to make this organization continue with these success stories, $25 is all it takes for this extravaganza. So tell us where this extravaganza will be taking place this year.
It'll be at Royal Palms at this Saturday evening. So be there. You don't have to be there to win, but please buy a ticket. All the ticket, 100% of the ticket funds go to community projects. There's no
administration
overheads. So yes, from 7:30, be at Royal Palms we'll be there till midnight.
But you can buy your tickets now, and you can do so through our Rotary members, our Rotary sellers, because we do have people who work along with us and assist the program to go forward. And then we have outlets. On a weekend, you'll notice that we're located at the Fosters and Hurley's and Costules. There's a table. In addition to that, you can secure tickets at Funky Tangs, Walker's Road in Rubis, and Rubis in Savannah.
Yeah. And A.L. Thompson's also.
And A.L. Thompson's. At last resort, there is a number you can reach for the director in charge of our music extravaganza program. Her name is Ms. Goodman, Corleen, 936-1344, and she will alert you as to your closest opportunity to secure your golden ticket.
Okay.
Now, there are only 8,000 tickets, and within the scope of things, everybody really stands a chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't win the grand prize, there are consolation prizes which are significantly helpful to do the Christmas hump.
Of course.
6 $1,000 prizes.
Yeah.
And a $4,000 prize, second prize.
And a $4,000 prize for the seller.
Yeah, and also, you can actually buy your tickets online.
Yes,
at
eventpro.ky.
Excellent.
And you can buy a ticket online there.
Yes.
Now, what kind of entertainment can we look forward to this year at the Rotary Extravaganza?
Every year we have 3 bands.
Yep.
And sometimes we repeat the bands, And then sometimes we have fresh bands,
Mhm.
fresh faces. And this year there is C&B, who have been part of our landscape for a while. Then there's Sugar Daddy, and then there's Leslie Duran and Trio Caribe. That is an eclectic collection of different kinds and genres of music,
Mhm.
from R&B right back to reggae, right back to a bit of calypso, and right back to country and western, where you lose your wife and and you lose your business. But if you get
We're
the
not
records,
into that, though. Those country songs usually, is crying for somebody.
we are country and western center of the Caribbean, so country and western is not very far.
Mhm.
So we do have very great entertainment. Royal Palms is an excellent location for
It
us
is.
to have this, and we're glad to partner with them.
Yes, we've been there many years and they treat us very well. Yeah.
Now, understanding that I don't have to be there to win my $40,000, how will you notify me, and how long will it take for me to get my winnings?
It will take you one phone call, which you will probably get just before midnight on Saturday. You can, if you wish, rush down to Royal Palms, but normally on the Wednesday afterwards, we have the handover of the check and the minor prizes, the $61,000 prizes,
Mhm.
and also our sponsors also provide prizes for the ticket sellers.
Okay.
So they may be gift vouchers from the local stores or something like that. So there's a whole slew of prizes that we give out on a Wednesday evening, again usually at Royal Palms. But on your ticket, as long as you put a phone number and an email, we'll be contacting you. So please, I think the most important thing is to have your number on the ticket, because we will, if you are the big winner, we will call you.
Yes.
And then also later in the week, in the Compass, we will publish a full list of all the winners.
And the currency of this is CI dollars, correct? 40,000 CI.
Yeah, the ticket and the winning is all CI dollars.
Yes.
Now, I'm pretty sure it takes a lot of support, not only from fellow Rotarians, but the public as well.
Yes.
How is it possible?
Well,
who are these that make it possible?
One of the things that
Sponsors.
we did many years ago is that we have appointed sellers. It's people we know in the community. So like, the gas stations, and you have people who are maybe security guards and so on. These are individuals who we give a commission on the tickets. For some of them, they're so good at selling that that's their Christmas bonus.
Nice.
They will make more on that than anything else, which is a very good thing, because it is circulating the dollars back into the community. So when we have hundreds of people helping us in selling the tickets for this event, it's also money that is going back into the community. We have budgeted for how much we're going to be covering for this cost, what are we going to expect to raise, and then, like it's been mentioned before, every penny that comes in goes back into the community.
And we also have partners, strategic partners like A.L. Thompson, who has not only been an outlet for sales, but have been significant in contributing articles as part of the gifting. And a number of other entities that have provided dinner or a re-honeymoon night. We've had several people in community, in business, who have been grateful enough to and good-hearted enough to partner with us over the years in enabling it not to be just a music occasion,
Right.
and not just for the big winner. So there's a feeling that everybody gets a little bit of the crumb. And then there is such a euphoric, high, great feeling of camaraderie at the event itself that you may share some disappointment with others that you didn't win big, but you can share the euphoria of going for the consolation prizes and share the excitement of being in contact or knowing who won.
Exactly.
And if I can sort of, on last year, the lady who won the first prize from West Bay, she actually sold the ticket to herself. So what she would, she won the $40,000, and also she won the $4,000 seller prize for selling the willing ticket.
Wow.
So, but she was She was so grateful to Rotary. I think one of her children had been through the Junior Achievement, that she actually donated back to Rotary a portion of the seller's price. So there was so
That's
much.
a good heart.
Yes, there was so much goodwill there.
Yes.
And it was very well received. And obviously that money went back into our community projects.
We've had winners. I remember I'm a Rotarian from 1993, so the odds that one of my ticket sellers would win is there. There was a ticket seller who sold a ticket to a gentleman at Foster's who had just retired from work and who had a dreaded disease, and he was a winner. And it came in just in handy enough to assist him to be a life extension.
Wow.
So this is real, it is palpable, and it is so effective.
It is, definitely. And I know the buzz is definitely out there, and you got to get your hands on making it possible for you to get a ticket.
The
or
tickets are ticking. So the time is ticking and the tickets are ticking.
That's right.
It is the 30th, which is this Saturday. It will be a long Saturday night. And if you don't have a ticket, you don't stand a chance.
You're quite right.
And if you don't have a dream, you can't have one come true.
We got to pay some bills. More from Radio Cayman's Business Buzz when we come back.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue policies when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 or Denise Brown at 814-7229. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Michael and Denise today at Cayman Insurance Center.
Marketing. It is the key that no business can live without. From social media to Google Ads, websites to app development, or even graphic design to video commercials, FSH Design is here to help you and your business succeed. We focus on personalized digital marketing and offer advertising consultations for each of our clients. Don't waste time. We want to help you reach your marketing goals today. We work directly with you and your business to generate a strategic marketing plan that will develop current and creative results. Check out our website at fshdesign.com.
Don't miss the early Black Friday savings at BrandSource Home Gallery in Industrial Park. Beat the crowds and save now on Samsung TVs. Get a 65-inch Samsung 4K TV for only $599, or a 55-inch 4K for only $449, and 45-inch 4Ks are just $299. But hurry to BrandSource now because supplies are limited. BrandSource Home Gallery in Industrial Park on Dorsey Drive. Beat the crowds and save now. Call 623-5000 for more information.
Always separate debris from household garbage after a hurricane hits. Debris includes roofing materials, downed tree branches, and metals. All items of debris must be placed in separate piles to the front of the property or at a side that is easily accessible to collection trucks. Debris must be placed in a location that will not cause obstruction to roadways or come in contact with electrical lines. For more post-hurricane waste management tips, visit the DEH website at www.deh.gov.ky.
Water Authority Cayman would like to inform its valued customers that the Cayman Brac office will be closed for 2 hours on Thursday, the 28th of November from 12:30 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. to facilitate staff training. Water Authority Cayman would like to apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and thank you for your understanding.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz as we keep the spotlight on the Rotary Club Central Cayman Islands, and we're talking about the 24th Rotary Music Extravaganza fundraiser that will be taking place this Saturday night at Royal Palms. Now, you can get your ticket at various outlets, and I'm not so sure if Mr. Carl is going to share those contact details if you're a last-minute person.
Yes, Event Pro. If you are a person who doesn't have the time to go on the street, you can go online and look at eventpro.ky and look for the Rotary Central tickets. You also find us at A.L. Thompson's, Foster's and Hurl's and cost you less at sitting at a table, and then outside Royal Palms on the day. But we have Walker's Road Rubis and Savannah Rubis, Funky Tanks. We have Rotary Cellars, and we have Rotary Club Central members. Now, each Rotary Club has its own projects, and so this is Rotary Central's signature project.
Okay.
Look for the yellow book. You'll see a yellow book in somebody's hand.
You have a book right there. And for those of us streaming, let me see. Let's show them what it looks like. Those streaming live, yes, that's what the book looks like. And guess what? My winning ticket is in there. I'm going to claim it this morning. Selfish. Now, what do you think has contributed to the music extravaganza's success over the years? What do you think has been the biggest,
I think it's simply because the way we have organized it and the fact that people are able to actually see what the projects are that Rotary Central does. We started the bus shelters maybe 25 years ago, and it has now been growing. It's now becoming part of the public transportation system.
Bus shelters, including two in Cayman Brac.
And more demands.
Oh, yes.
There are constant demands.
And then, like we've mentioned, we have Junior Achievement. We have the Science Fair. Focuses a lot on youth. Some people may talk about, we need to work with the youth. We are actually doing it hands-on. And the result is that if you look at the children who have gone through the various programs that we offer, and then look at those that are in trouble of any kind there, 99.9% of those who have gone through the program are not the ones who are getting into trouble because they've found a focus on there. Most of our projects are continuous. We have members who like to do certain particular things, and they come up with a plan, they come up with an idea. If it's viable, we then go with it. And we have the inter-school debates. That has been a fantastic program, and it really brings out the skills that young people have in presentation and talking.
We do also provide scholarships to UCCI and ICCI. Those are not talked about at any great level. We are also involved in a program that has faltered last year but is still part of who we are. Take a Kid Fishing. There are several children who have never been out to sea and never caught a fish. You can't be Caymanian if you don't have a little seawater in your vein.
You're quite right.
So we have been able to be part of that. We have also been instrumental in enabling those who are less fortunate, who have a physical challenge and who have mental challenges. We were instrumental in enabling a group of people from the homes in West Bay to be taken to the beach for the first time in their lives, go into the water. And that has led to us putting in a mobility access mat. We're the first people in the community to unfurl a mobility mat, which removes every barrier to enable people to go and feel this great, beautiful Caribbean Sea.
And this has prompted, I'm happy to say, a number of the hotels to actually go and purchase these mats themselves.
So it's
for their
catching
clients,
on.
so that people who are wheelchair bound or who have other mobility issues can actually, without having to struggle in the sand, get to the water's edge. One of the things that one want us to remember is that for almost all of our programs, the Junior Achievement, Science Fair, all of these programs are free.
Yes.
Nobody pays anything on this thing. So our fundraiser makes sure that the cost of running these programs is no barrier to them in being able to taking part in it.
Right.
We have some little free libraries that we've started. That means there are some little wooden boxes, and we keep supplying these boxes all over the island to enable people to go and get a free book.
Encourage them to read.
Encouraging them to read. We also have contributed to Crisis Center. We have also contributed to a recent project at the Botanical Gardens where all the Rotary Clubs of the islands got together to bring to fruition a children's center, which their central ethos is to enable next generation Caymanians and residents to hand the baton of our conservation thought process and our species and our ethos regarding what we have as a natural legacy, for them to be able to experience that, touch it, feel it, read about it, hear about it, see the blue iguanas, become excited about orchids that are unique to the Cayman Islands, and endemic species of hardwoods, and many things that other people take for granted about who we are. So we have been distilled throughout all of Cayman life.
Now, someone hearing all of the works that you all undertake and continue to do for all these years and would like to be a part of the Rotary, how is that possible?
It used to be, of course, that you had to be brought along. It's not a secret society.
Thanks for clearing that.
Or a society of secrets. It used to be that a friend would bring you along to a meeting, and if you enjoyed it and you felt you wanted to be a part of it, you would then subsequently be invited to join. That is no longer the case anymore. In fact, I think it was September time, the 3 Rotary clubs had a big recruitment drive at Pepper's Restaurant on West Bay, and we advertised it heavily, and the room was packed with people. The 3 Rotary clubs from here had our members there. We had presentations, and if you were interested, and obviously your work constraints time-wise, you were then invited to come along and come to our
Amen.
come to the club, and again we would then pair you with a Rotarian, and if you really like what we could offer, then you would be invited to become a member.
What was the yield from that event?
I think each club on Ireland got at least 10 new members, at least.
10 new prospects, yeah.
Yes, 10 new prospects,
yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then our Rotary life, separate and apart, it's never too far from a hammer and a nail. So every Rotarian has had some physical experience of a bit of bloodletting, because we're always putting together bus shelters, and we're always repairing something that somebody got probably too spiritual and overjoyed and wiped out a bus shelter in a night. Or we are always painting or addressing a concern. But apart from that, we do get together and have fellowship, and you would not believe that some people who are so busy could be so happy.
Can actually, yes.
We have a Christmas party for our Rotarian children, and we would also have a canal cruise where we invite our spouses and those in family.
Nice.
One of the biggest projects that Rotary Central has done was the actual building or rebuilding of the Mastic Trail. When one of our Rotarians, past president John Elliott, and another past president, David Phipps, who's passed away now, were approached by National Trust that they had the actual original mahogany logs showing where the track from north side used to come down up to the fire station in Frank Sound. And they said, it's only about a quarter mile that we have to do the work over here. It was actually more than 2 miles that we worked. And the first day I remember, led by, at that time, President Rex Crichton, myself and a few others, we went out, and next thing we knew, it started raining. We said, we'll stop. There were 6 of us who started that day. Then April Cummings showed up with the TV crew, so we couldn't leave. And mosquitoes and sandflies ate us alive.
Oh my.
But we started cutting bush. But that project became so big, it took us about 8 weeks of work to get everything done. First week we were 6 of us. By the last week there were 40.
Wow. It caught on.
And people who were Rotarians who were working in the offices all day long suddenly found that they could come out, get involved physically, do something. We would have a nice barbecue fellowship afterwards to celebrate and solve the world's problem in 2 hours. But it was a lot of fun, and we laid 2 miles of fill. We put in theoform and other things to prevent weeds from coming in, and became the National Trust main thing, so that people could actually go in there. They could see the manchali trees. They could see other things in the forest there. And naturally, Ivan K. did some damage, but we helped to rebuild that up again. So there's a lot there that we are involved in, and we work internationally also. Rotary Central, under my presidency, we started. It took us about 3 years to complete. Built a cafeteria in Haiti at a school for 600 students, where the heat was unbearable. They had no proper kitchen facilities. We raised the funds, and with the help of the Rotary members in Haiti, a new cafeteria was built. So it's not just in Cayman, but internationally also we are heavily involved.
We facilitate at least 6 youngsters each year, going 6 to 8 youngsters between 2 programs. RILA, which is a Youth Leadership Award program that we go to Florida, and they have exposure to young people from all over the United States. But World Affairs Seminar, which has a contingent of nearly 1,500 youngsters from across 30 countries, we are able to be right in there with youngsters who get a redirection to their lives at a critical time. I think at one time where I was attending our youngsters, there was a youngster who was about to go to do public health in England, and one of the speakers who was able to give her some guidance was the deputy Surgeon General from the United States Navy, and we were able to do some connection with. He became a resource for her.
Wow!
And
so
she's
you
now,
can see how
she's
that's
now a master's
networking
prepared
alone.
public health practitioner, and she is now back home.
And these programs have top-notch speakers, people like Bill Gates, past President Jimmy Carter, George W. Bush. All of them have been invited to be speakers at these events, and it's a great exposure for these young people to be able to meet with these individuals. And one of the things that they do at these events is at World Affairs Seminar is to actually look at how public policy is created. They look at things like the environment, pollution, other things, and then they have to come up in that 1 week within their groups with proposals as to how they would deal with these things. And I'm looking and saying, you know what? If these same people were used as a resource when they came back to Cayman by government and others over here, it would be such a wonderful thing, because they have got hands-on experience on not only what the issues are, but how to deal with it.
And in real time as well.
Yes.
In real time.
Bar none, every one of those students have been redirected to venture into tertiary, fully equipped with focus as to where they'd like to go, and have come back home or are on the way as we speak, on a path of significant future contribution to our community.
Like I say, so to carry on from what Ravi was saying, Rotary being a worldwide organisation, we're able to partner with other Rotary clubs in other countries to complete projects. And for example, although it was started last year, last Rotary year, we did manage to install some water tanks in partnership with the Rotary Club of Montego Bay in Jamaica at a school that had no running water. So we provided water tanks for them.
Continue the great work. We got to pay some bills again, so this will be your final break. When we come back, we will allow you to give some recap on the upcoming music extravaganza fundraiser, and I'll welcome your final thoughts. Keep it locked to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz after these few messages.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Marketing. It is the key that no business can live without. From social media to Google Ads, websites to app development, or even graphic design to video commercials, FSH Design is here to help you and your business succeed. We focus on personalized digital marketing and offer advertising consultations for each of our clients. Don't waste time. We want to help you reach your marketing goals today. We work directly with you and your business to generate a strategic marketing plan that will develop current and creative results. Check out our website at fshdesign.com.
Paramount Carpet pre-Christmas blowout sale is back for one whole week starting Monday, November 25th through Saturday, November 30th. Save big with assorted remnant tile, 200 square foot, $100 a pallet. Assorted remnant granite slabs, $300 each. Ceramic tiles as low as 75 cents per square foot. Porcelain tiles as low as 99 cents a square foot. Area rug, 35% off. Carpets, 25% off. And all other in-house tiles, 20% off. Cash and carry. It's the big blowout sale at Paramount Carpet, located 317 North Sound Road, Industrial Park. Open Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Call 949-5000.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpets.
Cayman Brack, yes, it is your turn. The Breeze Fusion 5K Walk Run.
The Brack Breeze Fusion 5K Walk Run is almost here. To all of our Brack families, join us on Saturday, November 30th at 6:30 a.m. Southside Public Beach.
Let's go. Make no excuses now. I'm talking here and now.
Register today at District Administration. Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz, and we're putting the spotlight and hearing more from the Rotary Club Central Cayman Islands on the 24th Rotary Music Extravaganza fundraiser. In studio, I've been speaking with Rotary Central Cayman Islands President, Mr. Colin Fox, Mr. Ravi Kapoor, past President, and Deputy Director, Public Image, Mr. Carl Brown. I'll give you this opportunity to recap about the upcoming Music Extravaganza fundraiser that's taking place this Saturday at Royal Palms.
It will be at Royal Palms. It starts at 7, and the winner will be announced just a little before midnight on the 30th. There are just a few hours between now and Saturday for you to get your golden ticket.
Literally.
There is no barrier to accessing those tickets. If you are a techie and a business person who's so busy you can't go, you can go online and look for your ticket at eventpro.ky. Other than that, we do have tickets at Funky Tangs currently. We have Walkers Road Rubis and Savannah Rubis. And we have ticket sellers who are going to be available at A.L. Thompson's, Foster's, Hurley's, Costules, Royal Palms on the day. But we do have Rotary ticket sellers currently on the street, along with Rotary Central members. So you have no reason not to get your ticket, to stand your chance, to win a prize, but also contribute to this serious positive outcome of community projects that have been heralded by Rotary Central.
We will be selling tickets Thursday night and Friday night by our bus shelter by Hurley's.
Hurley's, yeah, I know.
So
look for the big light.
Big light and the sign. So please pull over. Drive safely though.
Yes.
We will be selling tickets there.
I'll allow you to actually give your final thoughts, Mr. Kapoor. Let's start with you.
Like I said, the money that comes in from the community is going back into the community. This is one of the most interactive kind of programs you're going to find anywhere. You're also not restricted to buying one ticket. So if you want to better your chances, books. You want to buy a couple of books, you want to buy more tickets, you want to buy for your friends, give them as a Christmas gift and hope they win, do so. Because everything that you do is going to come back to help this community and the international community worldwide.
We're a licensed non-profit. Rotary Club members and their spouses are not allowed to purchase and participate. The rest of our community can. Yeah. We have an assurance that the winner is the winner on that night, and we have an assurance that every ticket is counted. We do have professional access, which is accountants, who are going to be reviewing and auditing. And we've done this for 33 years. We are very much inspectable.
Okay. Yep. And please buy your ticket, contribute to the community. This is something that we've done so well for so many years. It's a formula that works for us, and I think it works for the community as well. So, and as Carl said, you can't have a dream unless you buy a ticket.
That's right. That's right. I want to thank you for allowing us to put the spotlight and definitely allow you to promote your 24th Rotary Music Extravaganza.
We also like to thank Radio Cayman, who has been an indispensable partner along this pathway over the last 33 years, and specifically Music Extravaganza over the last 24 years.
We intend to be here as long as you are.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you so much.
And the Business Buzz would not be possible without the kind sponsorships of Cayman Medical Supplies, Cayman Insurance Center, and FSH Design. We want to thank our producer of the show, Miss Susan, who's also manning the boards this morning, and to you, or loyal listeners and supporters. Until Thursday, which I will not be here, just out for that one day, but definitely Miss Anita will be holding it down for me. Have a safe and fabulous Tuesday.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And also brought to you by FSH Design. Let your imagination grow with FSH Design. Visit fshdesign.com today.
Shaken yet standing firm. This is Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.